How many of you have ever been afraid? Yep. When was the last time you remember being afraid? Catherine?
Roller coaster.
Roller coaster, okay. Riley, how about you? You forget? That's a good thing. You never remember what makes you scared. Anybody down there ever been afraid, or are you all big and brave? How about over here? Anybody want to admit being afraid of something? How about adults out there? Ever been scared? Fear is a funny thing, isn't it? Kind of sometimes will make you just stand real still, not want to go out and do anything. And today we heard about the disciples being in fear, hiding behind locked doors because they were afraid some folks were wanting to come and get them. And as we know, because every year at about this time, we hear the story about a guy named Thomas. Anybody know any Thomases? Any Thomases out there about to be greatly offended by what's about to be said? But we hear about Thomas and we hear that he's a doubter. Anybody here ever doubt anything? Catherine, what do you doubt? Some of your brother's ideas. Okay. All right. Luke, what do you doubt?
About 14 times out of 15 that I'm going to pass this level.
Okay. 14 times out of 15 that you're going to pass this level. I'll assume that's in a game of some kind. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There are those things that sometimes we will doubt our abilities, doubt what's going on around us. And a lot of times I think doubt creeps in when we're afraid, when our fears have gotten the better of us and we're not even sure of ourselves, let alone anybody else. I want to try an experiment and see about trust. So, girls, come with me for a second. Stand up, ladies. Riley, you're a girl. Guys, you can huddle up over there. Talk about football or something. I don't know.
Go with Father, I got girl.
Follow me. Is there anything strange? Is there anything there? Just take a look. Okay? Go back and tell the boys what's back there. See if they believe you. What'd you say? Tell them. What's back there?
What's back there? Dinosaurs.
You believe there, guys? You believe that they saw dinosaurs?
Yes.
Lucas believes. It's a miracle. It's an Easter miracle. Excellent. Anybody doubt that the girls saw dinosaurs?
Depends if they're real or not.
Depends if they're real or not.
Well, knowing my sister, I don't doubt that she saw dinosaurs. I doubt that they were actually there.
Okay. Okay. So you just accused your sister of hallucinating. Excellent. I'm not sure where that ties into the gospel. All right. Well, I hate to tell you this, guys. They did see dinosaurs. You're right. You know, probably not real dinosaurs because they've been extinct for a while. But they did see something, and some of you doubted for a second, weren't really ready to trust them. Let me go back and sit down. So, yeah, you've had a dinosaur too. Okay. So think about that. There are times when even people who are our relatives or our friends can tell us something, but if our world seems turned upside down at that point, it's real hard to trust them. Real hard to decide whether or not we believe what they're telling us. Would you trust me if I told you how to do plumbing? You might say, you're good at some things, but that's not probably one of your strengths. Because there are things in our lives that if somebody that we trust tells us, and we believe that they know what they're talking about, we'll listen to them. And that's true on a lot of levels. I hope you have folks in your life that when they tell you something, you believe it, you trust it, because you're not afraid, and even though there may be doubts and questions, you're willing to believe that that person would never lie to you. I think it's funny that about Thomas. That's the thing that struck me this year with him, is that in spite of being with people he knew really well, because things weren't so great for him at that point, he couldn't trust what they said. He doubted it, and as a former president once said, always trust, but verify. And most of us will do that too. If I were to tell you that right over there looks delicious, I think that plant back there tastes great. Would you believe me that I think it's great, or would you want to taste it yourself first?
Taste it.
But yeah, that's true. Most of us, we would not believe anything until we ourselves had tried it. There are things about being alive and involved in the world that until we ourselves see it, hear it, taste it, smell it, anybody else can describe it to us, but until it's our own experience, it's going to be hard to actually affirm it, no matter how much we may even trust the person telling us. It's interesting that did you notice Thomas didn't actually put his fingers in the holes, did he? Or touch Jesus in his side. He wanted to do that, or at least he thought he did. But just seeing Jesus, at least for that one more moment, that gave Thomas a sense of trust and a belief that, in fact, things might return to normal for him. And for those times in your life, whether it's happening to you now or at some point in the future, if things don't seem to be going quite right, and you're feeling either scared or doubtful or just completely unsure of how to go, I hope that your faith in Jesus Christ can be one of those things that helps to sort out the mess, to help you to feel like your feet are on solid ground again, and that perhaps you can hear his voice say to you, peace be with you. Amen.